Hey friends, welcome back to Magic Horizons. In just a few days, we're headed back to Disneyland Resort to celebrate the 250th 4th of July celebration with Disney. Disneyland will once again be presenting Disney Celebrates America, a 4th of July concert in the sky, which neither one of us have ever seen, so I'm pretty excited to see that. What better way to watch fireworks than at Disney in front of the castle? I know we're going to be there to watch the flag retreat. That happens every day at 5. Seems appropriate for the holiday, though, since we're going to be there to celebrate. Over at DCA, they're going to be having a World of Color pre-show. If you have park hopper tickets and you want to go see the pre-show before the fireworks, I know a lot of people do that. They'll run back and forth. I don't typically do that. But if you're into World of Color, if you're going to be at DCA anyways, you should probably check that out, as well as the Soaring Across America that we'll be getting on July 2nd. Over at Disneyland, they're going to be presenting their 4th of July fireworks that they do every year. I've never seen it though, so I'm really excited for it. I know they're going to be great. How could they not be great? We're also planning to catch the flag retreat ceremony on Main Street, which takes place around 5 p.m. It's one of those meaningful Disneyland traditions that I think deserves more attention. Walt was hugely patriotic, which is why we have the flag ceremony every day, and things like great moments with President Lincoln, which I've also never seen before, and I think this might be the trip. With all the excitement coming up, I thought this would be a perfect time to share with you what I take in my bag to the park for my park day. This trip is going to be an adults-only trip, no kids. That would be an entirely different bag video. I will probably also make one of those next time we go with the whole family, but this trip is my adults-only day, and we're going to be filming a lot of things too, so that will be fun. I'm really looking forward to just having like a chill, vibey day where we get to film all the beautiful things that people don't really see or don't pay attention to or take for granted. Very excited to share that with everyone. So grab your favorite snack. Iced coffee counts. Settle in and let's see exactly what made the cut for my Disneyland park bag. Starting off with the essentials, you absolutely need a water bottle. I love to use these little stroller clips and giant carabiners to clip things onto my bag, my stroller, or even an ECV if you use them. There are bottle filling stations all over the park, along with some vintage brass water fountains. If you go into any restaurant and ask them to fill your bottle, they will bring you out a couple of cups of ice water and urge you to come back if you need more. As a local and someone that grew up going to Disneyland, I cannot stress enough how important it is to stay hydrated. Don't be fooled by the magic. You can and will dehydrate and sunburn, even at the happiest place on earth. Which brings me to my next essential item. Sunscreen. This bottle is what I take when I'm taking the whole family, but I will be picking up a travel size for this trip. If you or someone in your party has long hair, hair ties and some of these little clips are super important for keeping hot hair off your neck and back during those toasty summer months and out of your face for photos as well. It should go without saying, but sunglasses are extremely necessary. Going back to staying hydrated, chapstick is another crucial item. If you do end up getting dehydrated, your lips will definitely let you know. I like to bring some Dramamine if anyone in your party suffers from motion sickness. Hand sanitizer, obviously. I will not apologize for the size. You guys can go ahead and get a smaller one for your bag if you choose. This right here. This is the best pro tip I can share with you, friends. If you ever chafe anywhere, this is an all-over body stick that glides on your skin in those areas prone to rubbing and leaves behind a silky smooth, invisible, weightless barrier that will help those areas to glide smoothly rather than rub, and it also protects the skin from breaking. I don't always use it, but I always bring it. I've been fighting a battle with my thighs my whole life. Highly recommend. I also highly recommend bringing some type of pain relief for any inconvenient headaches that may arise, end of the day aching feet, or if you're planning to ride the Matterhorn. You're definitely going to be needing your phone all day for everything at Disneyland. I do believe you could get by without your wallet and just pay for everything digitally through your Disneyland app. If you plan on partaking in any alcoholic beverages, you will need a physical ID card. Disney lets you bring in your own food and drinks due to special dietary needs or any allergies you may have. I have heard that Disney is not the most celiac friendly and that there's not very many vegetarian options either. Even if you don't have dietary needs, it's good to have a few little line snacks to eat if you feel yourself getting hangry, or it's another hour before your mobile order pickup window. Once again, we're back to hydration with some electrolyte packets that you just add into your water bottle. Really necessary in the summer. You're certainly going to need some kind of battery charger pack. Like I said, you'll be using your phone basically on a consistent basis. Mobile orders, photos, lightning lanes. Disneyland app really drains your battery as well. We're bringing more than one, but I like these fuel rods because you can switch a dead one out for a fully charged one at any of the fuel rod machines, located all over Disneyland, and I believe there's also one in downtown Disney. They're kind of pricey, but very convenient, and I'm glad I bought mine. Sometimes you can find good deals on them on Amazon for a cheaper price than you pay in the park. Also, any cameras or camera equipment you will be needing, just make sure you check the Disneyland website to see what they allow. Makeup if you wear it. I suggest putting your touch-up supplies in your bag, especially for the summer months. My lip oil, lip color, eye color, and mascara. One thing I don't have here that I would add would be some oil blotting rice papers. Those are excellent for the summer as well. Moving along to some convenience items. I always bring headphones in case I need a minute to myself away from the hustle and bustle, or if I need to make a phone call, take a phone call so that I can hear it and be heard. Or if you're just going solo and you want to listen to your favorite audiobook or podcast while you wait in the line, that's a good reason to bring them too. I also like to bring a couple of baggies for unfinished candy or snacks that I'm picking at throughout the day. They're also great to have if your makeup, sunscreen, lotion, hand sanitizer, anything breaks open or leaks into your bag. They can also keep your phone dry. Another nice little thing to have is a straw cap, so you don't get any Disneyland bubbles or anything else in your straw. I also highly recommend that you bring some reusable straws along with you, especially if you plan to have any kind of milkshake or creamy beverage. The Disneyland Resort uses paper straws, and that does include downtown Disney as well. You cannot drink a crazy shake with a paper straw. It's just not possible. And last, because it's a holiday, I have some fun little nonsense things here, completely non-essential. They're just here for fun, which I also highly recommend if you want to add a little whimsy to your day without spending hundreds. So I suppose it's time to start packing. So this is a beautiful new thing that I've been waiting for a while now. So excited to see it for the first time with you guys. Oh, she's so pretty. I can't even tell you how excited I am about this beautiful bag. It's got so many pockets. I've never seen one with side pouches like that before. It's pretty fantastic. And look at the lining. So pretty. Oh, it's got a nice tag too. I really love these stars as well. Sword in the Stone was always one of my favorites as a kid. I was completely obsessed with Merlin, but also with the magnificent, marvelous Mad Madam Mim. I think The Sword in the Stone is one of those great underrated classics. There's a little zipper pouch in here. A lot of space. I can fit a lot of things in here. I'm so excited to use this in the park. I'm probably also going to use it every day as my purse. Let's see if all this stuff will fit. Yes, you're seeing it right. I'm trying to get this cup in here. And mission accomplished, guys. It does appear that I was able to get every single thing on that bed into this Loungefly. Almost forgot my new Provost Park Pass pin. That would have been tragic. And with that, I just wanted to say thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Comment, like, share, do all the things. Any of our social links will be down in the box below. And if you see us in the park, come say hello.